Welcome to Easy Drive channel. If today is your first time watching my video, please like and subscribe. Today we'll be looking at ORDINE the Presidential AGLI INCROCIO, order of precedence in the junction. When we mean precedence, it means the right of way, who goes first when we come across an intersection. Regula che regulano un incrocio, the rules that regulate junction. We're going to be looking at the different rules that regulate junctions. The first one here is the agente di traffico. Even if there is traffic light, even if there is sign, even if there are other rules and regulations of the road, once the traffic agent is there, its rules governs above every other signs, every other traffic light. So it's the most respected kind of regulation in the junction. So for instance, if the traffic light shows green, asking you to pass, and there's a traffic officer there that is asking you to stop, you have to obey the traffic officer. So because he has more right, he has more power than the traffic light and the signs. So the next on our list here is il semaforo, which is the traffic light. The traffic light has more power than the signs. So if there's a giveaway sign and you have the green light, so you can continue. And if you have the right of way, a sign that gives you the right of way, and the traffic light is showing red, you have to stop and give the right of way then. So because the traffic light overrules the sign, just as the traffic agent overrules both the traffic light and the signs. So the next one here is the sign. So the sign, if you get to a junction, there are some junctions, there are no traffic light, there are no traffic agents, but there will be a sign that will tell you that you have to give way to the other vehicles moving on the other road. So you have to respect the sign. Then in absence of signs, because there are some junctions where there are no signs, they are called a junction that is not regulated. So incrocio non regulato is called unregulated junctions. So in situations like that, the tram always have the right of way. The tram always have the right of way. So if you come across any situation, the tram have to go first in any situations like that. So there's also a question in the quiz that will tell you that the tram is going first because it is a public bus. It's made for public use. It's a public transport. It's not true. It's false. The tram is not moving first on the junction because it's a public transport. Because there are other buses, there are other filo buses, there are other kind of public transport, but they don't always go first on the regulated junction because they are public transport. So probably the tram has a very low braking efficiency. So that's why you always have to go first when it comes to a junction that is not regulated. So then this one is the most important part of this topic, because this video is going to be very short. There's not much to say on this video. The secret and the key to answer every question correctly on this topic lies here. He said you are wrong if another car hits your car on your passenger side. So anytime you are making any maneuver in a junction that is not regulated, always watch out. If there is at any point in time that another car will hit your passenger side, just know that you are wrong. So always avoid being hit on your passenger side. So what I mean is that any vehicle that is coming from your right hand side to hit you from your right hand side has the right of way over you. So always give right of way to vehicle that can hit your right hand side. give the right of way to vehicle that can hit your passenger side. So it's depending on the maneuver that you are making. So some people will say it's clockwise, some anti-clockwise, but me, I don't go with that because it depends on the maneuver that you are making on that junction. So the one that work perfectly well for all is that anytime any vehicle is hitting you from your passenger side, you know that you have to give that vehicle the right of way. So vehicle coming from your left side that is hitting your car from the driver's side has to give you the right of way. So if you can remember this clearly, I believe that it will be easier for you to do the quiz concerning this topic, and it will be very, very easy. This is the key. So after this, we are going to do some of the quiz so that we can understand what we are talking about. Just remain watching. Now we are starting with this quiz here. The order of movement here, remember I said anytime somebody is hitting your vehicle from the right, you are wrong. So if this yellow, which is vehicle A, wants to go, the red will hit the yellow from the passenger side. So for that reason, the yellow has to wait for the red to go, because nobody will be hitting the vehicle arrow from the passenger side. So if the vehicle arrow has go, then you will now see that the blue cannot go because the yellow will hit the blue from the passenger side. So the yellow has to go before the blue will now go. So it will now be arrow A, C. So let's watch what they are asking on the question. Secondo le nome di precedenza nell'incrocio rappresentato in figura, il veicolo A deve passare per ultimo. They are saying that vehicle A is going to be going last. It is not true, because vehicle A will go before vehicle C. So it's vehicle C is going to be passing the junction last. So it's faster. So look at the situation here. The blue, we have the red to hit his right hand side, so he cannot go. The red, we have the yellow to hit him at the right hand side, he cannot go. But the yellow does not have anybody hitting him from the right hand side because he's going to his immediate right. So the yellow will go, then the red will go, and the blue will go. So it becomes ACL. Then what they are saying here, guidando. Guidando means driving al incrocio. Guidando al incrocio. Driving in a junction that is represented in this figure. Il veicolo L passa per ultimo. So remember I said the yellow will go, the C will go, and L will go, which is the blue. It is true. The L will go last. In this case, the order of movement is the blue will go because nobody is hitting the blue from the passenger side. The blue will go, then if the white have to go, the red will hit him from the passenger side. So for that reason, the red, which is N, will go, then before the white will go, which is C. Nell'incrocio rappresentato in figura, i veicoli passano nei seguenti ordine: S, N, C. That is true, because the blue will go, which is S, N will go, which is the red, and the white, which is C, will go. Is true. Okay, look at this situation. This is the tram. Look at the tram I'm talking about. You remember I said the tram always goes first. So if the tram go now, if S want to go, the yellow will hit the S at the passenger side. So that for that reason, the vehicle A, which is the yellow, will go first after the tram, then before the S. It will now be TAS. Dovendo attraversare incrocio rappresentato in figura, wherever you are crossing a kind of junction that is represented in the figure. Il veicolo S transita dopo il veicolo T. ma prima di veicolo A. It said the vehicle, the S, pass after the tram, but before the A. It is not true. Yes, it passed after the tram, but it's also after the A. So the tram will go, the A will go before the S will now go. Because if the S pass the front of the yellow can eat its passenger. So it becomes wrong. So it is TAS, it is not TSA. So it's fast. So then let's do one or two more. Look at this situation here. This one faces a lot of people. You see, I tell you that before the regular law of the junction, the sign has more power over the regular law. Look at this one. They have signs on some side. So in this case, their mode of movement now, the green will not go yet and the red will not go yet, which is the arrow and E have to wait because they have giveaway on both sides. Then the A and S is what we are going to look at first. If the A has to go, the S will eat its passenger. So it cannot also go. So it is S that is leaving first. If S leave, then the blue will now go because the green and the red has a giveaway sign on their side. So they are just out of the game first. You have to evaluate the one that has the right of way because the sign supersedes the normal regular law. So the S will go, then the blue will go, which is the A. Then we will now look between the arrow and the E now. The two of them have a giveaway, but we have to look in between them. If arrow has to go, the green will eat him on his passenger side. So arrow has to wait for the green to move before arrow will now finally go. So in this case, it is S, A, E, arrow. So the question here is, secondo le nome di precedenza dell'incrocio ripresentato in figura, il veicolo A deve dare la precedenza a veicolo S. Yes, because veicolo A has to give right of way to veicolo S, because if the A move, the veicolo S will eat its passenger. So it is true. Then this one is simple. There is this type there's one type I want us to do more before we call it a day. This is the same situation just now, but what they are saying is secondo il nome di precedenza dell'incrocio ripresentato in figura, il veicolo S transita prima di tutti gli altri veicoli. It's true. S go before every other vehicle. So quickly, I want to check for one particular question that is very important, because this case here is blue, red, yellow, and white. So it's DCA, DCA, and H. Il incrocio ripresentato in figura il veicolo D ha la precedenza su veicolo C. That's true, because D does not have anybody that will eat his passenger from the right. So he has right of way over all of them. There's this particular question that I really want us to look at, because that question will warrant somebody to stay at the middle. This is the question I was looking for. In this case, every one of them have somebody on their right. So if arrow has to go, he has the B to eat him from the passenger side. So if B has to go, he cannot complete because the N, which is the red, will eat him at the passenger side. So if blue have to go, the arrow will eat him at the passenger side. So what they have to do here, the B will start the maneuver first. but it will stay on the middle. Then arrow will go. Then N will go. N and B will go at the same time, contemporaneamente. Then finally, sorry, N and D will go at the same time, which is contemporaneamente. Then finally, B will now finish its maneuver. So B is the first to impegnare dell'incrocio and is the last to leave the junction. Nell'incrocio ripresentato ne figura il conducente di veicolo B alla a destra libera durante tutta la manovra di svoltare. It is not true, because if you want to finish the maneuver, the right is no longer free when it comes to the middle, because the vehicle N will eat its passenger, so he has to stop. So all through his maneuver, it does not have the right hand side free. So he have his right hand side free before the middle of the junction. So he has to wait until arrow and B go. Arrow and N go. Sorry. So it's faster. Let's round up with this one. In this case, the yellow pass first because it's turning to the right. Nobody's eating his passenger. Then the red becomes the red. Now we have the passenger side free, the right hand side free. Then followed by the F. So though that F is filobus, it doesn't really matter, even if it's a public transport. So as far as it's not tram, so he has to take his turn. Then the final person that we move here is the vehicle L, which is the smaller blue. So it is HAFL. Secondo le norme di precedenza dell'incrocio in figura, il veicolo L deve transitare per ultimo. It is true, the L goes last. So remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Above all, share on your various platforms. See you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.